22, 22.
Today's episode, we're doing a Mount Rushmore of 90s running backs.
That's my era.
90s football was a lot different.
It was the decade of the running back.
Bettis gets the first down and more.
And the graphics were righteous.
Oh, yeah.
I'll say. They were so bad.
Dallas selects Emmitt Smith, running back from Florida.
Pat Summerall here with John Madden.
Says we have to stop Emmitt Smith.
Not since Tony Dorsett had a number one draft choice generated such excitement.
90s NFL was different. It's nostalgic. So let's do this. Omaha! Omaha!
Headlined by the NFL's premier running back, Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
The Green Bay Packers from the frozen tundra.
Yeah. You had like this slow-mo football that you would see in the air. You would watch it travel. If you're a big fan of football, you're going to love this episode. And if you're not, I still think you should hang around.
You're still going to love it.
You're still going to love it. It's
Look into my eyes.
Look into my eyes. Is that Bryan Adams?
It is. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah. So, welcome back to the Twerk Ethic Show. Yeah. Woo! Get some going. My name is JT, and this guy over here, his name is Cooley.
What up, peeps? What up? Welcome back to the program.
Today's episode. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
I am thoroughly ready.
Y'all ready for this?
Is about 90s football.
Oh.
Particularly, we are going to do a Mount Rushmore of running backs. And I'm excited because we talked about this last night. We, for some reason, haven't been putting sports into our show as much.
Right.
And props to you. You kind of challenged me a little bit on this to be like, dude, like this is one of the things we know a lot about.
It's true.
Why are we not putting it in? And I think my thing was, what about the people who aren't into sports? And it's like, well, those are the people that can get more of an educational thing from it.
That's true.
But you also were like, dude, people love sports. You know?
There's a lot of people that like sports.
Yeah.
And that was my argument.
Yeah. And also, I remember I used to not be into college football because there were these douchebags. By the way, is douchebag like a bad word?
I don't know.
I don't know if I should bleep it.
I think it's how you say it. It's like if you were like these giant.
Yeah.
That's probably worse.
That's a lot worse. Yeah. So I think, just anyway.
Maybe.
These like douchebags that I went to high school with, they were like super into college football and they were like, broski, come on. And so I totally got out of it.
Sure.
Because I kind of associated the two.
Yeah.
But then when I became friends with you and found out you were super into college football, I was like, wait a minute. This guy's very normal.
Yeah.
It's very cool the way you got. And then I just got right back into it.
Yeah.
Because I was into it as a kid, got out of it in my early 20s.
Yeah.
And then you pulled me right back in.
I did.
And so I think we should do some college stuff soon because that's probably my favorite thing.
Yeah.
However, today is about the NFL. And we're doing 90s NFL running backs.
Yeah.
So I also thought it would be kind of interesting to talk about the fact that like 90s football was a lot different.
Sure.
Than today's football.
It was the decade of the running back, I think.
Ooh.
There was a lot of emphasis. If you had a good running back, you're probably going to have a good team.
Yeah.
So, or your offense is going to be great. So that was my thinking anyway. And when I look back and see all the running backs from the 90s, there was a lot of goats back then.
And it was like, do you remember the music and the highlights?
Oh, yeah.
Were those not the most epic soundtracks ever?
Oh, what was it? It was Steve Sabol. Their production. The Green Bay Packers from the frozen tundra.
Yeah. It was so epic. And you had like,
big time.
You had like the slow-mo football that you would see in the air. You would watch it travel.
Yeah.
And they're like looking at it from the sky. So you don't actually see a player. I mean, you see the guy throw it.
Right.
But you watch the spiral of the football for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Before it finally gets into a play. It was epic.
And a lot of the time, they were in harm's way.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure a couple camera dudes got hit while filming.
Well,
so
you make a good point, too, that, like...
What was the name of that anyway? They had a name for it.
What's that? What do you mean?
The NFL. Was it NFL Films?
Oh, really? Was that what it's called? Whatever it was,
so.
it was absolutely freaking epic.
I'll find out.
If it has a term, that would be great, because I was trying to look this
Steve
up.
Sabol was known for, NFL Films.
How do you spell Steve Sabol? I got Steve. Don't worry.
Steve, Sabol.
Steve Sabol, NFL Films.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put some stuff in here, so if you don't know what we're talking about, you'll get it.
I want to go back, half back, opposite. 31 draw. 31 draw. Half back,
On a crisp, clear January Sunday, the Chicago Bears' road to the Super Bowl came to an end. It took the best team in pro football to do it.
He had this way of just making a football highlight seem like the greatest thing of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, big time.
And sometimes they are
the
greatest thing, but
I think people latched onto that too. If you weren't watching the NFL, you'd see a film like that. You're like, oh, I've got to watch this because there was so much drama.
Yes.
And there was no, internet back then. So,
dude, that's a good point. There's like no internet, no social media.
Yep.
And the graphics were righteous.
Oh,
I say they were so bad.
Yeah.
But looking back, they're super nostalgic.
Yeah.
It's like the
It's
worst,
cutting edge.
It's like the worse it is looking back, the more nostalgic it is.
Nothing quite like it. RFK Stadium in Washington. I'm Pat Summerall here with John Madden.
Today they have to win to clinch a division. He remembers what it is. He says we have to stop Emmitt Smith.
Yep.
And like the huge, like the massive shoulder pads.
Oh, yeah.
And the huge jerseys. They just look like bigger monsters.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I'm trying to think.
It's like a wide frame. Just like, oh, man, this dude's got to be. I mean, they were huge, but to put them shoulder pads, you're just like, what?
Yeah. The other thing I was going to say, up until the late 90s, there was no scoreboard in the broadcast.
Yeah, that's right.
So, essentially, when you watch a football game, what are the things you're looking for? You want to know the score.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what down it is.
Yep.
You want to know
how much time there is.
How much time there is on the
what quarter it is.
Game clock, what quarter.
Mm-hmm.
But, dude,
Yeah.
you had to watch that junk.
Yeah.
If you wanted to know what and you had to remember it. It was,
and a lot of times you didn't see the score until they were going to commercial.
Right.
And they came back from commercial.
And then I think it was maybe Fox in the late 90s that finally started doing the scoreboard.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you, I'm a huge fan of the scoreboard being on the, like I look at that thing so much.
Yeah.
Same with baseball, but
it was awesome.
It's hilarious though. Like I even went back and looked at like I think I went back and watched the 70s 72 Dolphins.
Oh yeah. The undefeated.
Yeah. I went back and watched them and obviously they didn't have a scoreboard, but what they would do, they had some guy filming the game clock.
Yeah.
And so then they would like put that in picture in picture.
Yep.
But it was like this shaky camera.
It's like, well, I know where he is. He's in the stands with everybody else.
Yeah, they didn't even have like graphics. It was just like
here's the time.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Is that 3 seconds? No, 2. What? I don't know. But yeah, I think the 90s, it was just a lot different, for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
And it was probably my favorite decade. I'm a little biased, but it's my favorite decade for sports in
Why
general.
not?
Because,
Yeah.
you think of like the Cowboys for the 90s were ridiculous, which is your team and
right here
was named
over my left shoulder
America's team.
Yes.
Then you
For a
also
long
think
time.
baseball, you think of the Braves. And then basketball, you think of the Chicago Bulls.
Yep.
I mean,
Big
it was
time.
just like an incredibly fun time to be a kid or an adult watching these sports. And so, yeah, I'm a little biased, but I will say things did change greatly, and I still love football today, big time. Yeah. However, there are some things that changed. Like, in the 90s, you could actually hit the quarterback. Where today,
sensitive now.
He's like a precious gemstone.
The Tom Brady rule.
Yeah,
for sure.
That you must not
hit below the knees,
not even touch. So, if you're a big fan of football, you're going to love this episode. And if you're not, I still think you should hang around because
you're still going to love it.
You're still going to love it.
Look into my eyes.
Look into my eyes.
Is that Bryan Adams?
It is.
Yeah, I thought so.
From Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah.
Also, you were talking about the what is it? The ticker or the score box at the bottom of the TV. In 1998, the first down marker on TV was introduced.
Oh, wow.
The yellow line.
Dang. That changed everything.
Yeah.
So you ready to do this, bro?
Let's do it.
Today's Rushmore is
pull my list.
90s NFL running backs. Felt like I had to
yeah, for sure.
change my voice to be more football, baby. Today we're
my
all right? Throat wasn't ready.
Oh man, yeah.
Football voice.
Whoever did that voice was the man.
Yeah. Today's Rushmore is running backs. Oh gosh.
From Texas to Detroit to the frozen tundra. I like these mics.
Is that
that's so good?
Were you doing an impression of that Steve guy?
Yeah, kind of. Well, it wasn't Steve. He was the director, but whoever the voiceover guy. Oh man.
Another thing that I find, I don't know if you feel this way, but another thing I find fascinating about sports is I feel like it is the peak of human ability. Because NFL is like the 0.1% of athletes.
Right.
These dudes are gladiators.
Oh, yeah.
Like you watch it on TV and they make it look easy, but like these are the most impressive physical specimen you could ever imagine.
Yep.
The fastest, strongest. You said it the other day. If an NFL guy ran at me and tackled me, I would die.
Yeah. For sure.
At least a broken bone.
If Ray Lewis is coming at you.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Death.
Forget it. Yeah.
The master of disaster.
I'd rather get hit by a F-150.
Death, and then you go to court and be innocent. But sorry. Ray Lewis, please don't kill me. I love you.
Oh my gosh.
Ray Lewis is the man though.
Dude, he was
sick.
Yeah, that was funny. That was great. Yeah, he's got a cool story, but yeah. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. That could lead down.
What did he I'll probably cut this out. What did he do? I forgot. Or what is he?
He was just convicted of like I think it was murder.
Really?
I think it was like Super Bowl weekend in Atlanta.
Dang.
I think. Yeah.
I'll have to look this up. Yeah, he was a bad dude.
Murder. I don't know if it was murder or not. I can't remember. But
we do have the Google as part of the.
Yeah. Let's just watch NFL films by Steve Sabol.
That's true. Ray Lewis.
By the way, the late great Steve Sabol.
Double murder charges.
Oh wow. So I was half right.
2 men were stabbed to death. The murder charges against Lewis were dropped. Unsolved.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, they just didn't have.
I knew he was. That's why I laughed, because I knew he.
Right. Yeah, everybody knew that. He has that little black mark on his resume there.
But in the football world, as a bad dude, man.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Woo.
Yep. By the way, are we calling this Mount Rushmore? Because.
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Number 4. What you got? Hit me in the face.
His initials are TD, and I'm going to go with Terrell Davis.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
He was a monster, bro.
Elway was intercepted. Now he hands off. And a good run from Terrell Davis. He breaks it. The race is on.
Broncos, right? Most of his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And that's where he earned his stripes right there.
Yeah.
When he was with Denver. And I think he won 2 Super Bowls with Mr. Elway.
What a guy.
Yeah.
Always in the gun. Terrell Davis to his right. 4, 20 time for John. Now squeezes, steps up in the pocket. Elway can run inside the 10. Head first. He dives inside the 5-yard line.
That was a good team for sure.
Yeah, Broncos are one of those teams that you've kind of forgotten about.
Mm-hmm.
But in the 90s, they were.
And you had Sir John Elway.
They were up to stuff.
He was awesome.
He was incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, they were up to a mile. Because they were a mile.
I got it.
In the air.
Yeah.
I'm just saying because, maybe some of our fans don't watch football.
Can you explain this to me like I'm a 5-year-old?
Sure. The stadium is a mile high in the air.
Is it called that?
Wait, no, it's on the ground, but it's a mile high above sea level. There we go.
Is it called Mile High Stadium?
Mile High Stadium,
Yep.
For sure.
Thanks for explaining.
Yep. You're welcome, bro. But TD, he was smooth, man.
He's a bad dude.
He was awesome.
He was a bad dude. Unless you have anything else, we can move on to my number 4.
Let's go. Let's hear it.
Because I think the top 2, we're probably going to have the same, and we're probably going to spend more time on them.
Probably.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
All right. My number 4, I don't think he was called TT, but it's a guy by the name of Thurman Thomas.
Oh, wow.
Thomas now has 46 yards on 7 carries. The rookie from Oklahoma State, their number 1 pick. It's Thomas again. Touchdown.
Honorable for me.
This guy.
He almost made it in my top 4. He was nasty.
He's the only player in NFL history to lead the league in total yards from scrimmage.
Oh, okay.
4 years in a row. So
wow.
like for 4 seasons.
Yeah. I love that hotel.
This is on the football field, not the hotel.
I'm sure he stayed at 4 seasons.
Oh,
though.
yeah.
Well, I remember him too because they made it to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row.
Here's Kelly shotgunning, a running play. Thurman Thomas breaks it up to 25, still on his feet at the 20. Thurman Thomas!
2 of those were against my Cowboys. So
I was going to say, and they didn't win any of them.
No. And a lot of people compare the Braves to the Bills.
Yeah.
But not anymore because we actually won the big one.
Yes.
Twice now.
Yes.
So,
yep.
But it was a good crew. Like Bruce. What is his name? Bruce Smith.
Bruce Smith. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. He was. I mean, he was on defense, but they had a good team. Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed. Those dudes
they were killing it, dude.
They had the stuff, man. There's a reason why they made it to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row.
Well, the other thing that I wanted to say was just something very interesting. On the same college team was Thurman Thomas and Barry Sanders.
What?
They were both Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State, yeah.
And they both overlapped. And to this day, the all-time leading rusher at Oklahoma State was Thurman Thomas. 5,001 yards.
No way.
At Oklahoma State.
He beat up. I guess Barry just got better when he got to the NFL.
Let me just say I'm going to save part of this.
Okay.
But I will say that Barry had 3,797 yards.
Okay.
But he has one of the greatest, widely considered one of the greatest seasons of any college player. We'll get to that.
Okay.
So even though Thurman beat him with yards,
gotcha.
Barry left his mark.
Yeah.
My last thing I'll say, and this is for you, Thurman Thomas's favorite movie is Remember the Titans.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Don't ask me how I know that. I found it when I was looking this up.
That's so random.
Yeah,
but I like it.
I like it. That's a great movie.
Shoot, yeah, dude.
Okay. Again, I think our top 2 are the same.
Yeah.
So now I'm kind of wondering, is there going to be any
animosity? For sure.
Any difference here?
That's not the word I wanted.
Okay. So number 3.
Okay.
Cooley.
Number 3.
Who you got?
Was a part of the greatest show on turf.
With the second pick in the first round, the Indianapolis Colts select Marshall Faulk, running back, San Diego State.
Marshall Faulk.
Here's the thing.
Huh.
He's my number 3.
Yeah.
I just want to show you this. Look at my notes here.
Okay.
Marshall Falk. Marshall Falk.
Now that is our audience. There we go.
So right here, read what that says.
Part of the greatest show on turf.
Is that hilarious that
There
you
you
said
go.
that? And that
Yeah.
was like the first.
Well, that's what I remembered.
That's what I was going to say.
Was that 1999? Is that what that was?
99, 2000, and 2001. But,
Okay.
Obviously this is 90. So,
Right.
he is the only player in NFL history to accumulate 12,000 rushing yards
Mm-hmm.
and 6,000 receiving yards. What?
The dude was a beast.
He's insane.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the thing I remember about him when I used to watch him, and granted, I'm not like I didn't watch him as much as I watched the next two,
Mm-hmm.
but this guy could literally stop. He could be going like 100 miles an hour and then he could just stop
Yeah.
on a dime.
Yep.
And then say, I'm going this way now.
Yep.
And there was one, maybe you can remember, there was one game where he did that. Like he was running up the middle and he just stopped
Mm-hmm.
and then he went this way. It was just,
Yeah.
he's ridiculous.
Yeah.
dude.
He didn't have the bulging biceps. He wasn't a workout fiend from the standpoint of lifting weights. And he didn't necessarily look the part.
That was like when the game started changing and the West Coast offense started making its way over
Yeah.
to the whole thing. Because Kurt Warner,
Yeah.
he was throwing the ball left and right.
Yeah.
Because he had Isaac Bruce
Yeah.
and I think it was Terry Holt on the other side.
Yeah.
They were phenomenal
Yeah.
receiving core. And then you have Marshall Falk, and half the time, that's what a good offense is built off of anyway.
Yeah.
If you got the run game, you're going to have the passing game too, and vice versa.
I also heard, I don't know if you heard this, that he was like the coach. They basically
heard
would
that.
say he would be the one
Mm-hmm.
that would position the offense.
Yep.
And he would tell Kurt Warner who to look out for.
Sure.
And so some of his teammates, they were like, I've never seen a running back do this.
Yeah.
Like this is typically what a quarterback
He was a
does.
professor, man.
But this guy, he was
He
like
studied the game.
very high football IQ.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, dude, that's awesome. I'm kind of glad we had that one. I know
Is it going to be the same from here on out?
Oh, I would imagine. Which I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
If yours becomes a little bit more subjective, things
Right.
might change, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I think they definitely are the same top two.
Okay. Yeah,
Well,
for sure.
so,
Yeah.
let's go ahead and go to
The sponsor,
what we believe.
Chef Boyardee. Boy, RD's good beefaroni.
Yeah. We actually should say thanks, Clint.
Yeah.
That's it.
For unstopping our shares.
Actually, he came over and did a repair, and I asked him if he could also go look at my shower.
Oh,
And so
okay.
he went upstairs like real quick just to look at the shower.
Yeah.
And while he was in there, I stepped in to look at the thing too.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he got done, he goes, "Dude, did we just take a shower together?" And I was like, "You know what? Like,
When are we going to have him on, by the way?
well, that's what he asked."
Okay.
So I think very soon.
We're going to have you on, Clint.
very soon.
For sure.
So
Bring all your plumbing supplies, too.
Yeah, that would be great.
Right.
That
I heard
would
he's
be
lost a lot of weight, too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah, it's a massive amount. Like,
Yeah.
I can't remember the number. Something like 60 pounds or something like
I
that.
think that's what, Jared told me that.
Yeah,
Poff.
yeah, he looks great.
Gosh.
So
Kudos to you,
if you
bro.
need a plumber, that's the guy.
Yep.
All right, number 2.
Can plumbing. Okay.
I'm gonna let you go,
Okay.
and we're gonna see if we have the
Let
same
me go.
number 2.
I debated heavily with this because
Okay.
the top two are they're just really, really good each. But number 2,
Dallas selects Emmitt Smith, running back from Florida.
Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith. That's my number 2.
On offense, there was a new star named Emmitt Smith, the Cowboys' #1 draft pick. Not since Tony Dorsett had a #1 draft choice generated such excitement.
I think he's just the type of guy that everybody would love to have in their backfield. Normally it takes 2-3 guys or 2 or 3 hits later before he's going to hit the turf.
The first time that I met Emmitt Smith, It's the only time I met Emmitt Smith. I don't know if you know this.
I don't.
Was in the 1994 classic.
Complete bull, by the way.
It's in the 1944 classic Little Giants movie.
No, JT. It was 1994, not 1944. We are not doing World War II running backs. This show is getting worse.
Nice. I was like, how did you meet him? And I didn't. When I first met Emmitt Smith, he was on Dancing with the Stars after he retired from the NFL.
Yeah.
No,
I remember him in Little Giants though, because he was like,
I totally forgot
he was like that. Well, it's because the John Madden bus comes in.
And we took a wrong turn somewhere. Look, we go 10, 12, 48, and we have to hit Canton. Bam, and we have to hit it hard.
Oh.
And it's got him and the receiver. Come on.
Is it Michael?
Yeah.
Michael Irvin.
Yeah, Michael Irvin.
Okay.
And I can't remember the other ones, but they're all sitting around and Emmitt Smith is like,
I wasn't always the biggest. I wasn't always the fastest, but I believed within myself that I was a giant.
Yes.
That movie is so good.
Yeah, it is.
The annexation of Puerto Rico. All right.
I call it the annexation of Puerto Rico.
Not bad. That's what you guys are. You're a football team. That's kind of like a family, except you get to hit each other.
We'll do that.
What was the girl's name? Icebox?
Icebox.
Yeah. That was awesome.
We'll that'll probably be in maybe next week's episode.
Yeah.
If we do football movies.
Ooh. We need to.
So
it's almost football season.
The Dallas Cowboys owned football in the 90s.
Yeah.
And Emmitt Smith was the dude.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled this clip up just for you.
Okay.
Because you know how last week we did Touchstone?
Oh, yeah.
And we heard that noise
Yep.
and it just brought us back.
Yep.
I'd like to do the same thing.
All right.
By way of Mr. John Madden and Pat Summerall.
Oh, my gosh.
Does that, so this
to the 20, to the 25.
You ready?
Yep.
Emmitt Smith gets too much money and he's overpaid. Got to get under those shoulder pads today and see who gets paid too much money. This is what great players get paid.
Somebody else is going to have to pick it up.
The team that wins this game is going to be as high as you can get, and the lower the team that loses is going to be as low as you can get.
Dude,
oh, man.
Does that bring you back?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, my gosh.
Especially those two, man.
And I didn't know this.
They did all the Cowboys games.
That particular video is called the Emmitt Smith game.
Oh, okay.
And I did some research on this. It was the Cowboys versus the Giants in 93.
Okay.
Week 18. This is the one where Emmitt Smith got a dislocated shoulder and then ended up playing the whole game and just dominating and end up being one of the reasons you guys went on to win the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. He's MVP of the Super Bowl, I think, how many times? You have your stats up there or no?
I don't have that one.
I know he was at least one time a Super Bowl MVP. So
Smith MVP Super Bowl. It says once here.
Once, okay.
That doesn't mean that's it.
I think that's probably it.
Well, the dude was ridiculous.
Yeah,
I do have some
ridiculous.
I do have some stats.
Yeah.
Smith is the only running back to ever win a Super Bowl championship, NFL Most Valuable Player, NFL rushing crown, and Super Bowl MVP.
Right.
All in the same season.
Oh, wow.
So in 1993.
That's a Michael Jordan season, by the way.
93, he won the league MVP, the Super Bowl MVP, the NFL rushing crown, and the Super Bowl. No one's ever done that.
That's a lot of hardware.
Well, no running back, obviously. Has ever done that.
Yeah.
He's also one of only 2 non-kickers in NFL history to score more than 1,000 career points. Can you guess the other one? It's not a running back.
Right. I'm going to say Jerry
Rice.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Figured. Yeah. He was the dude. Those were good times if you were a Cowboys
I'm
fan.
sure, yeah. I had an Emmitt Smith
good.
poster on my wall.
Did you?
I wasn't even a big Cowboys fan, but
yeah.
I had him and Troy Aikman.
But he was everywhere, man. Him and Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, the triplets.
Yeah.
And they were man, they were a force to be reckoned with. And then that was the times when times were changing too, because the team didn't stay together.
Yeah.
You had, free agency and all that stuff. And then I remember Ken Norton Jr. going to San Francisco, and then Dion going to San Francisco. And then they had that ridiculous team the next year.
Yeah.
And then they won the Super Bowl, and I was ticked off because my brother's a huge 49ers fan. So, so that got me. I was like, so that was when I was learning the business side of.
Is it all because
NFL
of
too.
Herschel Walker that the triplets went to the Cowboys?
Yep. Minnesota Vikings. Thank you.
So if you're Bulldogs fan, you obviously know who Herschel Walker is,
Mhm.
and he was supposed to be the GOAT.
Yeah.
In the NFL.
Yep.
But that didn't happen.
Nope.
And so he's supposed to go to the Cowboys.
Yep. He was there.
Oh, he was
while.
there. Okay.
For a little while.
And then they traded him for 3 of the greatest players, maybe
5 first-round draft
5.
picks.
Okay. It's the triplets we know about.
From the Minnesota Vikings.
5.
But that's how good of a reputation Herschel Walker had, because in college, he's considered one of the best college running backs ever.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you go for that,
Yeah.
So, but it's like today, if the Braves wanted Ohtani,
yeah,
they would have to get rid of half of the
They'd
team.
have to get rid of half the team.
And
no doubt.
Yeah.
He will have the biggest baseball contract.
Oh my gosh.
In history. And
is that supposed to be next year?
Yeah. Yeah. I think he's technically a free agent right now.
Probably Yankees. They got the
That's
money.
what I was thinking. But I would love if he went to the Orioles. That would just be really fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun because the Orioles were crap and they actually are having a great year.
Yeah. They're really good.
It would be cool for them. Like, I have no skin in the game, but it would just be cool to see a team like that come back to life.
That's probably why there's no, it doesn't matter to us. He's not in our division.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and we definitely aren't getting, I would be mad if we got him.
If he,
because we'd have to do so much.
Oh, for sure. We don't have that type of money.
Yeah.
We got good money, but we ain't got Yankee money. Nobody's got Yankee money except for the Yankees.
Well, I think the Dodgers do.
Yeah.
I think
that's true.
they have a lot, but outside of those two,
yeah,
no
it kind of falls off.
Yeah.
For sure.
No chance. All right. You want to do number 1? Or did you have anything else with Emmitt?
No. I thought he was like one of the nicest dudes ever to play the game.
Yeah.
On and off the field, he was a gem. He's one of the best ever.
Him and Walter Payton also had a really good friendship.
That's cool.
And Walter was like there was one game where Emmitt was hurt in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember this, but they had to cut his clothes off and everything. Like, he was severely hurt.
Yeah.
Walter came down, talked to him, kissed him on the forehead. Emmitt was like, he treated me like I was his own child.
Right.
So that's kind of cool that, Walter Payton was known to be what's that award they give out? The NFL honors?
Walter Payton Award?
Is that really what it's called?
Yeah. It's named after him.
That reminds me of your Lou Gehrig
I was like,
joke.
oh, yeah, exactly.
What's that disease named after Lou Gehrig? Lou Gehrig disease? Or no, you're like, what's that disease Lou Gehrig had? Lou Gehrig's disease? Yeah, that's awesome. Wow, I totally.
There we go.
Anyway, so he obviously, they created that award for him because he was such a good person.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Seems like Emmitt got a lot from that too, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, well let's do honorables first.
Okay,
it's a new.
Also, Emmitt broke his record too. Most rushing yards.
That's right.
I think he still holds it.
I think, wasn't it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Walter Payton break Jim Brown's record?
Yeah.
And then
because he was
Emmitt Smith broke Walter Payton.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the same record, but it was something like that.
Yeah, it's most rushing yards. Emmitt's got over 20,000 or something like that.
Are you kidding?
Mm-mm.
Is that the most?
Yeah, I think he holds the record.
20,000?
Yeah, he was in the NFL for a while though.
Oh my God, dude! He has 2,000 more than Walter Payton.
Wow. Yeah, he stuck around for a while because I know he got traded to the Cardinals. I think later on in his career.
So it's Jim Brown is number 11. He had 12,000. Then it's another Cowboy, Tony Dorsett. Then
awesome.
Eric Dickerson,
Amazing.
A guy that almost made my Rushmore, Jerome Bettis.
Yeah.
LaDainian Tomlinson. He's 2000s, though, right?
Yeah.
Curtis Martin, also 90s.
Yeah. He was a beast.
Adrian Peterson.
Ridiculous.
Then Barry Sanders, Frank Gore, Walter Payton. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, Walter Payton's 2.
Okay.
And then 2,000 more than Walter Payton is Emmitt Smith.
Yeah. He just had a long, healthy career. So
that's awesome, dude.
But
okay. Honorables.
Yeah.
You want to go first?
Oh, yeah. You named one of them.
Actually,
you named a few of them. But
I have about 6 or 7.
The bus, Jerome Bettis.
Jerome Bettis, dude. That guy was a daggum force.
He's a battery ram.
Yeah.
That's what he was.
I mean, he was huge.
Yeah.
And just like.
And he was agile, and he could do it all, man.
Wow. Steelers, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Thurman Thomas.
Nice.
Ricky Waters.
Oh, Ricky Waters. Yeah.
He was
oh
a
my
beast,
gosh,
man.
dude.
He was so fast.
He was he had a mouth on him.
Oh, for
I don't
sure.
know if you remember that.
Oh, I
yeah.
remember. Because he was in San Francisco for a while, and I was like, I didn't like that dude for a long time.
But you couldn't deny his playing, that's for sure.
Ridiculous. Eddie George.
Yeah.
Tennessee Titans, baby.
Nice.
But that's what I remember most of. Marcus Allen.
Nice.
Edgerrin James.
I don't have this one.
Indianapolis Colts. I remember I have a funny story about Edgerrin James is when the Sega Dreamcast came out. And I don't know if you ever had the Dreamcast or whatever.
No, I didn't.
I rented it from Blockbuster because we didn't have the game console. I just wanted to see what it was like. Rented the console, rented an NFL game, and I was Indy. And I played with Edgerrin James. He rushed for 1,000 yards in one game.
Hey, that's a good thing too. When we were talking about earlier, the 90s, like the video games.
Oh yeah,
like
Madden, bro.
That was like,
yep.
I'd probably play Madden 99 more than I care to admit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure, dude. Mike Alstott.
Nice.
From Tampa Bay.
Nice.
That dude was a wrecking crew too.
I just have to say he's in my Rushmore.
Yeah.
Because he reminds me a lot of Jerome Bettis.
Oh yeah.
They're both just
for
like
sure.
a daggum tank.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like almost acrobatic and how low to the ground he could get without going down.
Oh yeah. Yep. Definitely. He was a beast, man. Another battery ram for sure.
Yeah.
Warrick Dunn.
Oh yeah.
He hardly ever got hurt because when he said he knew he was going down, he would get in the fetal position and just go down. And he was like, that's how I was like injury free for a long time. So I was like, all right. And then last one is another Falcon, Jamal Anderson.
Nice. Was he in the 90s?
Dirty Bird. Yeah. He was late 90s.
Okay.
So
he invented the Dirty Bird. You're right.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. That was when the Falcons were decent. And I think they had, was that Dion?
Dion, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
They had to have been.
Yeah.
So either Dion was there or he had just left. So
they were a lot more fun then. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude,
playing in the Georgia Dome with teal seats.
I think only one of mine you did not mention.
Okay.
So I'll go through them.
All right.
Jerome Bettis, the bus.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think you were going to say Mike Alstott, but like
he's a beast.
That dude
man.
was amazing.
Yeah.
Terrell Davis, Ricky Waters, Curtis Martin.
Oh yeah,
that's the one I didn't
put him
pick.
on the list.
And then I wanted to save this one for last and set the context.
Okay.
Bo Jackson, because I think he only played until 91, because it was mostly 80s.
Yeah, it was early 90s. Yeah,
and I think he got hurt in 91.
Yeah,
I put him in here as my honorable because if he wouldn't have gotten hurt, he would be in the Rushmore.
I think he would have broken every record.
Every single one of them.
Yeah. That guy was unstoppable.
And that brings me to a point that I'm going to make once we get to the number one. So let's do the number one.
All right. Here we go.
The number one 90s NFL running back, in my opinion, it's not even close with respect to everybody we just named.
Yeah.
You want to do it on 3?
Sure.
1, 2, 3. Barry
Megan
Sanders.
Rapinoe.
Who?
Megan Rapinoe.
Who's that?
From the women's soccer team.
Oh. Shows how much I watch. Is yours Barry Sanders?
It is Barry Sanders. Yes.
Nice.
Absolutely. Mr. Detroit Lion himself.
Detroit Lions select Barry Sanders, running back of Oklahoma State.
Barry Sanders, the Heisman Trophy winner, the true junior that came out, and he goes to the Detroit Lions. But I think if you draft Barry Sanders, you'll figure out an offense to fit him in, won't you, Tom?
I think that he'll fit basically in any offense.
I might even say, personally,
retired early.
We'll have to maybe just do an of all time, but
yeah,
he's at least got to be in your Rushmore of the greatest running backs of any period.
Oh yeah,
he
is.
It's just what I was going to say. My last point with Bo Jackson, where you were like he would have beat everything.
Yeah,
I also think if Barry Sanders wouldn't have retired, he
would
would
have the record.
He'd put up so many records that it's just not even funny.
Yeah,
he already did break records, but
sure,
you know, this guy's insane.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Played on the worst.
His highlight reel.
Oh,
reels. He's got a ton of them.
Draw play. Barry. Sanders. Good night.
Receiver for the Lions. And here is Barry Sanders. What a juke up the middle.
Down the line, handoff. Barry spins away from one tackle, cuts back to the left side. He's to the 20. He's to the 15, 10. He's to the 5.
3-yard line. And it's Barry Sanders trying to take advantage of a slight opening, and he breaks it. And he'll go all the way.
Found the hole. Puts the move on.
He turns it completely around. Watch it. Here. Goodbye. Hello. Where are you?
Go to their home.
Sanders still on his feet, and Sanders is gone.
And a lot of them were against my Cowboys.
That's so true.
Buck just ran.
I mean,
around them.
He's like a video game in real life.
Yeah,
he's absolutely insane, and he was on the worst team ever.
Yep.
And that's another thing. Why don't we put two variables here?
Yeah.
All right. If he hadn't retired,
and
if he had an O-line that was good, that dude would have just.
That's the only reason why Emmitt's number 2 on my list is because of the O-line.
Yeah.
And Barry didn't have that, but he still has all the highlights.
Provided them their only playoff win.
Yep.
Here's 2 crazy facts I found.
Yeah.
From Barry Sanders. Per game average on the ground, 99.8 yards. That's what he averaged every single game. Every single game.
Yeah. The entire football field.
Yeah.
He averaged.
That's across his whole career.
That's stellar.
Only one player in the history of the NFL, Jim Brown, averaged more than that.
Oh, wow.
So to put this into some perspective, Barry Sanders averaged 11 more yards per game than Walter Payton.
Wow. And Walter Payton is considered to be the GOAT.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Crazy. And then the other one was this one's like kind of hard to believe, but I looked it up.
Yeah.
Barry Sanders never rushed for less than 1,100 yards in a season.
Ridiculous, bro. And with that team.
Yeah. Never.
Who averaged a losing
Never went
season
under 1,100 yards.
Every year. That's crazy.
What is that?
Yeah.
Like,
well, when you go to the reel, you'll find out because he did a lot of cut jumps and boom, boom, ran backwards. Like he was
even that
it was a circus act
in '93 when he had some injuries. He still had 1,115 yards.
Ridiculous.
which most would consider great.
Oh yeah.
No matter what season you're in.
He had that low center of gravity. He was low to the ground. And he was fast as a mug.
I got one for you. I looked this up and watched it again just because of the nostalgia. Do you remember the game? I think it might have been the final game 1997. Was it against Belichick? Did Belichick coach the Jets in the late 90s?
Let's see. I know he was on the Browns staff for a little while.
I think he did.
Yeah, maybe he did go to the Jets.
So it's the final game of the year, and it's the game that Barry gets 2,000 yards.
Okay.
Do you remember this? Okay. Well, you're going to love watching the episode.
Yeah.
Because I found the video of it.
Nice.
The crowd was so loud.
Yeah.
That the ref had to come on and say, hey, guys, if you don't stop, we're going to give the defense a timeout.
I do remember that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was. That
ridiculous.
That was the game.
Yeah, Neil O'Connell saying we cannot hear.
The other.
Getting quiet so we can get a play. We have asked the defensive team for assistance. If the noise persists, the defense will be charged with a timeout.
And a first down, and now Sanders only a handful of yards away from 2,000.
Well, how about... There it is. The linemen, they're the ones who wanted the 2,000. Barry didn't talk about it.
Well, they were in the Pontiac Silverdome, which is no more. And that place was historic, man. Home of WrestleMania 3.
Woo!
Hulk Hogan versus the Giant.
Wow.
Andre the Giant.
Well,
and, yeah.
So, yeah, that
indoor attendance record, 93,000.
That brings me back, man. And how crazy is that? And
it's
and
unheard
I think
of.
after the play after, I was watching this today, the play after he got 2,000 yards, he ran for like 70. He was like, yeah, I know I just hit 2,000, but now I'm about to do 70 more or whatever it is.
The call. Here he goes. 53 yards.
Let me further prove myself.
He just was a beast, man.
Yeah, dude.
Gone too soon in terms of retirement.
Yeah, for sure.
But nice, man.
Now you see him on the Nissan Heisman House or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's right.
College game day.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's on that.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. Well, so to repeat, minus Thurman Thomas, Marshall Falk, not Marshall Fart.
No.
Emmitt Smith with 2 T's, by the way. His dad is 1 T.
Oh, really?
And
so he's not a junior because of the T.
Yeah, yeah. And then Barry Sanders.
Yeah.
And so you're the same except for your number 4 was
it was
Terrell Davis.
Terrell Davis, yeah. TD.
Nice, dude.
Touchdown scoring machine, but so was Emmitt. Emmitt scored touchdowns left and right.
Now I want to go watch all the highlights.
Yeah.
Because they're amazing.
Yep.
They're absolutely basic.
Yep.
So,
and taking nothing away from Emmitt, obviously, because we talked about his O-line. But once he got past the O-line, that mug did some work.
Yeah.
And he was hard to tackle for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's ridiculous.
Well, I'm glad we brought the sports back, man. Like we've
Sports
talked about
ball.
before, we're not a sports podcast.
No.
But we do know a lot about it, and it does bring a lot of nostalgia. So I think next week I want to do football.
Twerk Ethic Sports Show in the morning with JT and Cooley.
Yeah.
You're right.
I want to do football movies next week.
All right.
You want to do that?
Oh, dude. So down.
Next week. Twerk Ethic. That's more wrestling. What if we do next
hilarious.
week on the Twerk Ethic Show?
Yeah, there you go.
We're going to do greatest football movies of the mankind. All right, y'all. Peace.
Later. It's the Twerk Ethic Show. It's the Twerk